In Fallout 4, you can quickly increase most of your special stats by upwards of 30 points each and increase all your resistances permanently, and you can do this without leaving your PipBoy once using this glitch. And in this video I will show you exactly how to do this. Hi, I'm Mo and I'm trapped in Fallout. In order to use this glitch, you will first need to make sure that you're actually playing the game on survival mode. You can ultimately stay on survival mode after performing this glitch, or you can also equally revert back to any non-survival game difficulty level and your changes will still remain. Once you're in your PipBoy, before you can actually perform this glitch, there are a couple of requirements that you will need to meet. First of all, you will need to have some radaway, which you can find lying pretty much all over the Commonwealth. Next, you will need to have this specific item, a poached angler, which is a meat item that you can get as part of the Far Harbor DLC. If you don't have these two items, you will not be able to perform this glitch. So it's important that you have these two items. Once you have these two items, you will need to have another whole host of any food items, specifically any item that increases some of your stats, whether they are a special stat or whether they are a resistance based stat. So for example, if you have a look at my current radiation resistance, it is currently sitting at 10 and I have some baked bloatfly. If I have one of these baked bloatfly, if you look on the bottom right hand corner, this will increase my radiation resistance by 20. So if I go ahead and eat this baked bloatfly and then go back to my status screen, notice that my radiation resistance has gone up by 20. If I press the show effects button, then this is also reflected on this screen. That is basically saying that as a result of eating the baked bloatfly, my radiation resistance has gone up by 20. Now let's go back to the inventory, and this time now let's eat something else that will increase something else. So in this case, let's look at this particular steak, which is a blood bug steak. If I have this steak, this will increase my max HP by 15. If I go back to my status screen and look on the bottom left hand corner, you can see that my HP is currently sitting at 85. If I eat a blood bug steak and then go back to my status screen, notice that my HP has now gone up by 15 points, giving me a total of 100. Again, you can press the show effects button to just sort of confirm the fact that eating the blood bug steak has increased your HP by 15. Now, before we look at any other food, let's quickly establish a couple of things. On this screen, I am currently over encumbered, and that is because I'm carrying a lot of different things, which is sort of evident here on this aid screen, where I'm basically carrying a lot of different food items. But as a result of me being over encumbered, I'm taking a hit on my endurance and I'm taking a hit on my agility. Now, taking a hit on your endurance and your agility is not a prerequisite to performing this glitch. It's just that I happen to be taking a negative hit. Now this is important anyway, because this is just to showcase the fact that taking negative hit doesn't affect this glitch anyway. You can still perform it. Again, just to confirm, if I go back to my status and if I press the show button, my agility is going down by 2 and my endurance is going down by 2, which is reflected on the special screen. Okay, so let's go back to our inventory, and this time let's eat a crispy cave cricket, which when consumed will increase my energy resistance by 20. Again, if we have a look at our status, my energy resistance at the moment is 5. So if I have one of this crispy cave cricket and then go back, my energy resistance this time has gone up by 20 to a sum total of 25. Now let's start to look at our specials. If I eat a death claw steak, this will increase my agility by 1. Now again, my agility is currently taking a hit because of being over encumbered, but it is currently sitting at 2. If I eat this death claw steak, then notice my agility has now gone up by 1. And again, you can confirm this by looking at the status screen on the show effects button. So let's go back to the inventory, and this time let's have a food paste, which will again increase my endurance by 1. And again, if I have a look at my specials, notice my endurance this time hasn't gone up, and that is because it was sitting at -2. But more importantly, if I go to the status screen and press the show effects button, notice that as a result of eating the food paste, my endurance has now gone up by 1. And let's just carry on this trend. So this time, if I have a grilled hermit crab meat, which is a DLC item also from the Far Harbor DLC, if I consume this grilled hermit crab, this will increase both my endurance and my strength by 2. So if we have a look, my strength is currently sitting at 5 and my endurance is currently sitting at -1. If I have this grilled hermit crab and go back, notice notice my strength has gone up by 2, and my endurance in the background is actually gone up by 2 because I was already taking a -2 penalty. Again, you can confirm this by looking at this show effects button. So at the very bottom, you can see that because I had a grilled hermit crab, both my endurance and my strength have gone up by 2. Now what we're going to do is carry on this trend, and this time I'm going to have a grilled rad stag. So if you have a look on the bottom right, eating this grilled rad stag will increase my carry weight by 25. So if you have a look on the bottom left, my current carry weight, the maximum limit is 145, and by having a grilled rad stag, this has now jumped to 170. And again, we can confirm this by looking at the show effects button on the status screen. So let's go back to the inventory, and this time let's have a Mirelurk jerky. So by having a Mirelurk jerky, this will actually do two things. It will increase my perception by 3, and it will increase my poison resistance by 15. If we have a look at our poison resistance, currently I have no poison resistance, and my perception is currently sitting at 5. So I will consume a Mirelurk jerky, and if I have a look at my special, it has now jumped to 8. And if I have a look at my status, I now have a +15 of poison resistance. And if I go back to my inventory, the aid section specifically, we're going to ignore poached angler, purified water and rad away, simply because they are not needed, not right now. I'm going to have a look at this last item, which is a seasoned rabbit skewers, which is again another Far Harbor DLC food item specifically. If I consume this will increase my luck by 1. So if I have a look at my special, my luck is currently sitting at 4. If I have this seasoned rabbit skewers and now confirm my luck, it's gone up by 1. And again, I can go to status and just double check to see that it has indeed increased my luck by 1, which we can see at the very bottom. So if we now just sort of hover over this screen for a moment, I have consumed a number of different food, all at the same time, all which either increase my special stats or increase my resistances. If we have a look at our special, my poison, energy, and radiation resistance have all gone up. And if I look at my special, everything with the exception of charisma and intelligence has gone up. Now sadly, we cannot use this glitch to increase our charisma or intelligence because there are no direct food items that do that. There are some content lock things such as donuts that you can get from the creation club, I think, for charisma, but because it's that sort of hidden behind a potential paywall, I'm not using this for this guide and instead using DLC items, which I assume probably most people have. But using this glitch, we're not going to increase our charisma or intelligence, but barring charisma or intelligence, we have increased virtually every other special stats, and we've increased all of our radiation, energy and poison resistances. So now the central point, how can we make these food item effects permanent without leaving our PipBoy? So this is where the poached angler and the radaway come into effect. The first thing you're going to do is, after you've consumed all the food items that you want, again, this only works with food items, so it doesn't work with any drink-based items such as beer. What we're going to do is consume a radaway, and as a result of consuming a radaway, what this will do is make us hungry. So if we now go to our status, notice that all the food buffs are still present on the PipBoy screen, but at the very top or second to top, we are now hungry, and that is because as a result of eating the radaway. What you want to do now is, immediately after eating the radaway, you want to consume this, a poached angler. And if you've done it right, if you now go back to your status screen, you will notice that all the food buffs have actually disappeared from your PipBoy. However, the resistances have all remained. And if you look at your special, the boost you've got from your specials have all remained also. Now what you can do is effectively repeat this glitch as many times as you want, i.e. repeat this loop as many times as you want to get the desired number of bonuses to your specials and your resistance as much as you want. Now before we do that, because we've now become hungry as a result of eating that poached angler, we now need to first replenish our hunger so that we can eat food again. So if you have a look at the bottom right, notice that our rad resistance from eating baked boatfly would be 0, and any other effect from any other food is now 0, and that is because this is just the way the game works if you happen to be hungry. So what we're going to do is eat food up until the point we are properly fed again, and as you can see, by consuming one baked boatfly, I am now properly fed again. And again, if we go to show statuses, notice that I don't have any food effects, but I'm not hungry anymore. Now what we're going to do is simply eat the same food again, and once we've done that, we are then going to look at our status screen. So again, I'm going to have a baked bloatfly, which will increase our radiation resistance, a blood bug steak, which will increase our HP, a crispy cave cricket, which will increase our energy resistance, and so on. So I'm going to eat all of this food again, and I'm going to ignore the poached angler, and I'm going to ignore the radaway, and then have the seasoned rabbit skewers. And now if I look at my status, notice all of my resistances have all gone up again and again. I can confirm this by pressing the show effects button, and all the food items effects have been applied again. And if I look at my specials, again all my specials have gone up also. Now what we're going to do is go back into our inventory and consume a radaway, and then consume a poached angler. And if we go back into our show effects area, notice the effects have dissipated from the PipBoy. However, the resistances have remained, as have the special effects. So what you can do is just repeat this on a loop as many times as you want, up until you basically get your desired effect. So I've eaten all the food, I'm going to have a radaway, I'm going to have a poached angler, and then go back to the very top and eat until I'm properly fed again, which is now. And now again, I'm going to eat the same food again. And as said, you can basically repeat this cycle as many times as you want, up until the point where you get the desired effects. So because I'm sort of talking and doing this at the same time, this is forcing me to sort of coordinate my efforts a little bit. But if I wasn't talking, this would certainly be a little bit more easier. But I'm just going to do this a couple more times while I actually have you watching this sort of visually as I'm doing it. So I'm going to do it one more time. So let's just quickly do this one last loop, and I'm going to make sure I'm not hungry to begin with. And now let's go back and look at our statuses or defenses. My defenses, every single one of them are now all 100 plus, and take my word, I'm not wearing any armor, I'm not wearing any power armor, I'm wearing nothing other than my Vault Boy suit. And my specials, although in this instance they've not all gone beyond 30 each, but you can quite easily see every single one of these breaking the 30-point barrier. In fact, you can probably take them all the way up to 99 points each, basically breaking Fallout 4 survival mode very easily. And as promised, notice that I've done all of this without leaving my PipBoy even once. So again, I'm going to do this just one more time, just to sort of prove the point that this can be done. I did actually have a poached angler there accidentally, but again, we can see that all of these are just going up, and well, this is basically how you break your stats in Fallout 4 special. Now, to sort of prove the fact that you can do this on survival and non-survival, now I will exit my PipBoy, and as a result, what I'm going to do is just quickly go, well, I say quickly, I'm going to go to this bed, and I'm just going to sleep for 24 hours to remove all the negative effects of being tired. So again, every time we ate a poached angler meat, this basically caused us to become tired as a result. So now that I would have rested for say 24 hours, hopefully I won't be tired anymore, and instead I'll be well rested. So I'm just going to quickly let this play out in the background, and with that I am now well rested. So if I go into my special, notice I'm just hungry and a bit parched, but I have a number of my specials all increased, and if I have a look at my resistances, they're all still pretty much there. My HP has also gone up, as has my carry weight. It's gone all the way up to a whopping 460. Now, again, just to prove that the changes remain, what I'm going to do is go back into settings, and I'm going to change to a non-survival mode. So I just go to very hard. So notice that I can now save and quick save, and that's because I'm playing in a non-survival mode. And again, I'm going to go into my status, and I can't have any effects at the moment because in non-survival mode I'm not getting these effects, but my resistances have all remained and my specials have all remained. And this is effectively how you break or get all these boosts to all of your stats without leaving your PipBoy once. I have known about the food buff glitch for years now, but I did not know this variation where you can boost your stats without leaving the PipBoy, and it was Paul that shared this glitch with me. I hope I am pronouncing your name right, so thank you very much Paul CZH20 for sharing this glitch with me and us all. Thank you very much. In this video I showed you how you can virtually increase most of your special stats and increase your defenses within a matter of minutes with little to no effort, and this is perhaps the most broken glitch in Fallout 4. If you're interested in more glitches in Fallout 4, then click on the video you see on the screen right now. Click on the video you see on the screen right now for a list of some of the most broken glitches in Fallout 4.